Hey, beautiful people of the internet. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully great, and welcome back to some Warframe. So, the Arca Plasmor, or the Tenet Arca Plasmor, is finally in my hands. I was able to kill my Corpus Lich eventually, and my weapon came with innate heat damage. So in today's video, I'm taking a closer look at the Tenet Arca Plasmor, and this has been added Forma to it. But before I continue with the video any further, let's quickly talk about our merch. So, I have an online merch store. Guys, we are selling caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and a whole bunch of extra stuff. If you would like to support me or the channel any further, go and buy some merch, and don't forget to tag me on my personal Instagram account at OneManArmyYigit or at OneManArmyYigit_merch, and we'll definitely do some shouts. And don't forget to spot and click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road, shall we? So throughout last week's stream, I eventually got my lich. If you guys want to see exactly what my lich's stats were, I'll leave a link down to my stream in the description. That way you guys can go and take a look at it. Now, the difference between the regular Plasmor and the Tenet Plasmor is that it is a straight up upgrade. We are getting a little bit more critical damage. We're having a lot more fall off damage, or a lot less fall off damage. However, we do have a little bit of a slower fire rate, and we do have a little bit of a slower reload speed. And we do have an increase to our status about, we're going from 28% to 34%. And finally, one major increase is that our raw damage is going from 600 to 760. So overall, we're getting a much bigger damage output. However, we are, having a much slower reload and a little bit slower rate of fire. So with that being said, let's go over the build that I've compiled for you guys. Alright, now at the top I have added 2 Forma, and I understand that if I add I think about 2 or 3 Forma extra, I'll then be able to max this weapon out to level 40. I understand that, but the only problem with that is that I don't feel that the mastery is actually worth it, because I'm not getting extra damage, I'm just getting more mastery. And I understand that I'm also getting more mod capacity, but I mean, what else am I going to add? I've already got Vicious Spread, I've already got Blaze, I've already got Blunderbuss. I could always add Laser Sight, but the problem is that I can't exactly, add, there's no X-list mod that gives me more damage. I mean, look, we've only got Projectile Flight Speed. Yeah, sure, that can help, but I haven't really experienced any slow projectiles in this weapon, but I'm pretty confident that I am missing out on some of these X-list mods that are pretty good, but I don't even have any utility. However, if you guys do have some utility, I do recommend that you put some here. Like if you guys have like an increase in fire rate or an increase to reload speed, anything that's utility related, I'll definitely take into consideration. But here's how I feel like you guys should be building this weapon. Now, I have added 2 Forma. Here's what I've done. All I've done is I've added 2 Vs here and here. And let me go over the mods. So, we have Hell's Chamber for more multi-shot, Blaze for more damage and heat, because our weapon was heat and the Arca Plasmor is an radiation based weapon. We've also got ourselves Vigilante Ornament for even more multi-shot, Prime Point Blank for more damage, Vicious Spread for even more damage. We've got Blunderbuss for more critical chance. Now this is a crit based weapon, the critical chance is relatively high. However, I do recommend that you guys just go for like a pure raw damage / crit based build. And for our elements, I've got ourselves electricity and heat. That way I can give ourselves innate radiation. With all of these mods together, you guys will be having a total damage output of 35,340 damage. That is a lot of damage. Now let me tell you guys, this weapon is so much fun. I enjoy it. I love how fast it shoots. I love all the bouncing mechanics. This weapon is amazing when it comes to clearing out trash mobs, such as your butchers, your any enemy that's like very low on armor and health, but they surround you. Like, it's good against a corpus if you guys can get past the shield. And yeah, overall an amazing weapon. It's not very good against, like, say, heavily armored units. You probably have to take about 2 or 3 shots. Now this build right here is only good against Bombard because we are using radiation. We're not going to be using corrosive because unfortunately the gun doesn't really give us that benefit. But another problem with this build is that you can either be mining for pure radiation or pure corrosive. That's entirely up to your guys' playstyle. But simply, all you need to do is just swap out these 2 mods and you're good to go. I'm just going with radiation because, the Arca Plasmor was initially a innate radiation based shotgun. Like I said previously, as you guys have start climbing the levels of the enemies, you'll notice that your weapon will start to deal less damage, and the reason behind this is because you're most likely using the wrong element against the enemy. Like for instance, as you guys can see in this demonstration, I am like easily wiping the floor with the bombards, but I am struggling with the butchers, and the reason behind this is because the majority of the Grineer, that does include the butchers, they are rolling around with ferrite, and the best element to use against ferrite is corrosive. But I'm rolling around with radiation because my version of the Tenet Arca Plasmor came with innate heat, and heat is a vital component for radiation. But radiation is not entirely useless. It is only good against the bombards, which are pretty tanky and can pose a big threat. But yeah, when it comes to mid-level to low-level gameplay, this doesn't even make any difference. This weapon will wipe out trash mobs without any issue whatsoever. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today's video. If you guys have liked it or it's genuinely helped you, remember to leave a like and don't forget to spot and click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos. I'ma make like a banana and splits.